Hey, good afternoon, guys. Uncle Craig here from the Bond Dog. Whoa, I think I just ran over a snake. Yeah, have to check down the way back. I'm on my way to Global. I need to get a couple more trowels for the rendering. Seemed to have broke mine, but I was reminded that, you know, I did that video where I showed you guys my village drive and all the way to Global. And recently, because of the massive floods, you know, the water was filling up the rice fields over here and wasn't draining into the canals. The canals had big issues. So I thought I would film again because I'll show you. This, the left side over here, this was all overgrown tall grass all the way through this road. You couldn't even, I don't think I could see the corners here, but what they did was, you can see they trenched that out. They had a huge macro, you know, excavator in here, and that thing was just excavating all the way down here, pulling up all this stuff. There was some banana trees and stuff like that also, but they did the other side as well. And really helped out the farmers because they could immediately, you know, cut into that and have all their stuff draining. Well, it was really cool. I didn't get to film it, but yeah, they really have, it's on that side there. They dug it all the way out over the top of this guardrail even. And can't really see it right there. But it really did, you know, do a good service, and the thing was, it was done like, I swear it was like in a day or whatever. You know, they were just going boom, 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 knocking it out. And at one point, because they, you know, they're digging this massive trench, the trench was already there, but it wasn't, it was too many weeds and all this other stuff, and it wasn't deep enough maybe for the water to drain. And so it uncovered probably a gazillion fish. So there was all kinds of people here with like bags, you know, shopping bags, nets, or whatever they could get to, you know, grab all the fish. Probably mostly, you know, catfish, snakehead, catfish. But, you know, I'm sure there's everything else in there, frogs and turtles and snails and whatever else got dug up from when the guy dug it all up. But, yeah, good job. You did it all the way down here. That whole road is still on the other side of this guardrail right here. It's all overgrown right there, but on the other side, he reached down in there and dug all that stuff up. You know, it's flood mitigation, but more probably accurately, it was because the rice, man, can't destroy the fields, you know, because it would flood out. I mean, rice likes water, but not too much water. Especially, they had just harvested and planted, so they had all this young rice out there that was definitely underwater, and they could do whatever they can to pump the water out, but they need to have massive room to make it happen, so they did that. This morning I got a few things done. I worked in the shop house. I laid some brick, put some first level brick wall around the bathroom area because I wanted to, you know, I wanted to make that first layer of brick myself, get it level, so that when I ask some guys to come in and do walls for me, they, you know, they have a good starting point. They'll know where they should be putting everything or whatever. But yeah, I did that. It was brutal. Mixed it with my power mixer, or paint mixer, as one of my subscribers identified. Although, hey man, it was advertised as a, you know, cement mixer and paint and anything else. It mixed though. It mixed because I was mixing mortar basically, you know, not rock. So it did a good job. But I still have to be careful. It's rainy weather. I also, I don't know if it's in this video, but I bought those 2 more galets, you know, the galet for the top of the house, and I stained those with the red stain, so those are hanging and drying. I'm gonna varnish them. I don't know if it's still dry today. Probably won't. Too much moisture in the air. Probably have to wait a couple days for that. But anyway, let me get back at you when I get to out of Global. I'll show you those trowels I bought. Alright, man. Back at you. Well, that trip to Global was a bust. I went there, I got my stuff and everything, got in line, and you know, there's a bunch of people there. Yeah, computer system went down. And they said, oh, it'll only take a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm out of here. So I left, went to my local guy, and I didn't get all the stuff I would have gotten at Global, but I got the long trowel, you know, like 2-meter trowel, so I can do the sweeping parts myself. But my neighbor over here is harvesting his rice, so I thought I'd bring my drone up, get some drone action on the monster. All right, man, let's take a look. Back at you. Well, that was fun. I like, you know, flying the drone. Well, especially around my house, because I know, you know, I know where all the fields are and stuff. So if it crashes, I can go get it. That's why I tend to fly faster around my house. Try and, you know, try and control it while it's going fast, so I know what it's doing. You know, better every day, man. Better every day. But I gotta fly it every day. It's like riding a bike or something. You do it long enough every day, and you won't forget it. You know, when I first got the drone, remember it was shortly after that the drone, the power button didn't work, so I had to give it back. So just when I was starting to use it every day and feel like, oh, hey, I knew how to do this, then it died. So I lost all that. When I got it back, I had to redo it, retrain myself, kind of, which I'm doing now. But I think I've passed up where I was before I lost it, or before I had to give it back. And so yeah, getting better. I'm gonna maybe I'd set up some bamboo poles and, you know, do a little rally. See how I can do that. Anyway, hope you guys like the drone shots, man, and the rest of what we do here on the Banal. All right, Uncle Craig back at you. Keep watching. Hey guys. Good evening, I should say. Uncle Craig here from the Bondoc, where the sun slowly sets on the horizon. After about 10 minutes ago, just a black downpour of rain. You would have thought it would have never stopped. But sure enough, swing, the sun breaks. Very nice. Thought I'd come out and do a little video, talk to myself. My wife's up at the hospital with Mom. Little slip and fall accident. But me, I was out and about today. I did get some stuff done. And of course, I don't always bring my camera with me. When I see stuff, and I go, "Oh man, I should have brought my camera." But I wound up, you know that I showed in the previous video, that nice folding wood table I bought from Wang Chow up the road. But instead of putting it up here on the porch like I wanted to or was going to, actually I did for a day or whatever, but then I moved it back over here to the small knockdown house for Mom. She needs one of those. So I went up there today, back up there today. I got another one. I first went to the, rather famous or well-known banana market for a company pet right up the road, and they had wood stuff there, but they didn't have the one I wanted, that one, which was a nice thick one, folded. You could fold it into a little carry thing. It's pretty cool. So I went back up there and got it. It's only like 20-minute drive or something like that. But although up at the banana place, I did buy, let me turn these lights on over here. I always forget to turn, I want to turn these lights on. I like the feel. I got these three more rolls of that stuff right there. The hand weaved bamboo. And because I want to make, more walls. And I got my nail gun, so I'm able to probably do it a lot better, easier. Still haven't figured out all the ideas with this wood, but I'm getting there. I'm starting to look at pictures of other Thai houses and stuff like that. It's obviously, it's good looking stuff for fence and all that. And, I did, ouch. I did, look at that sun, man. Really lights up the house back there. So, and it was pretty gloomy all day today. I did bush cut though. Oh my gosh, that's what I did. Most of the morning I bush cut all back there on the garden with my plants. Usually I'm done after one tank of gas. I'm tanked. But I wound up filling it up again, and you probably can't see it, but I took on the task of the road, both sides of the road. The challenge with the road, even though we laid whatever it was, 25 truckloads of new dirt and all that, widened the road and everything. The edge of the road, even though rice is growing, the edge of the road gets this, it gets a morning glory. I already cut it back a little bit, and it comes down, and it actually, if you know this stuff, let me turn this around. It actually comes down and it gets right in there, in between all the rocks and all that stuff, and it roots, right? It roots itself down in there. And when it goes down in there and separates these rocks and stuff, that allows water to get down in there. And then it further separates it and winds up pushing away the rocks into a more of a slope, more of an angle, which basically encroaches on the road. So these plants all on the side of the road here on both sides are taking away the road, is what's happening. Now, aside from building cement walls on both sides all the way down, packing it tight and doing all that stuff, that's probably not a viable option, because when the rice is harvested, the harvester has to comes in on a flatbed basically, and then the rice harvester gets off and just kind of goes right down off of this road and into the field, and harvests all the rice. Rice isn't quite there yet, but it's very tall. You can see it's probably pushing 5 feet or whatever right now. Let me show you. Looks good though. I don't know what you call those. Kernels, rice kernels, whatever. So the rice is inside there. For those of you who want to know, somebody asked about that. Rice is inside the top little beads. And after it's harvested, you know, the harvester will come in and chop all the first, I don't know what they do, maybe about a meter right off the top, enough to catch all the kernels, just and then spit them all in there into the truck, and then spit back all the other stuff, all the blades, so it'll leave all the trash on the field. Although it's not really trash because it gets pushed back in, you know, mulched or whatever. But and then all the kernels are still wrapped in there. They're still wrapped inside the little green pieces. Let me pull this off. Yeah. So the rice is, each piece of rice is still wrapped inside there. And then the task, of course, is to get the rice out of there. So, and that's just done with another, you know, if you can actually do it yourself, have a hopper, you know, and sell the white rice raw by itself. But what's easiest, what most people do, is they pay for a harvester to come in. He scoops it all up, dumps it in a truck. The truck is already pre-weighed or whatever, and then they drive to a, you know, weigh station, and you get paid by what you give with the green rice kernels, basically. Or actually, they'll be brown when it's harvested, but you get paid by the weight, you know, the kilo. But if you take it out yourself and all that, and you sell just the white part of the rice, then obviously you're going to get more. It's pretty cool. A couple other fun facts about rice you may not have known, but I know. So I knew a long time ago, actually. I think I found about it. I always thought, oh, right, Thailand was, you know, exported the most rice more than anybody else in the world. But that's not true. They might have on a given year or something, but India, I think, and Pakistan, and something like that, a couple other countries, but Thailand does export a hell of a lot of rice, but they actually eat more than they export. Here in Thailand, over half of the cultivated land, like whatever you're farming, doesn't matter what you're farming, it's just a little over half, but you know, we speak about it in terms of half of the cultivated land in Thailand is set aside for rice production. That means that you're producing a hell of a lot of rice. Oh, look at it. Can you see it? Rainbow. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. I'm gonna see if I can show you too. But yeah, over half cultivated land in Thailand is set aside for rice. And that land in Thailand, we will produce roughly about 30 million metric tons of rice. That's a lot of rice. And what's even crazier is that they really only export, even though they're probably the third, fourth largest exporter of rice in the world, they only export maybe 5, 6, 7 million tons of that rice. The rest is consumed. And as it is with all the rice that's exported, you know, all you guys in the States, and you go, oh, I love the Thai jasmine rice, I love the Thai rice. Well, you're getting it from farms just like this. Just like this, small farms throughout the country that cultivate rice, that all sell their rice to a central depot that, you know, processes it, bags it up, and ships it out. And when you go to your store in America, in a supermarket, and you see a nice little pretty bag with a Thai writing on it and stuff, and it says Thai jasmine rice, this is the place where it comes from. Some of y'all might even be eating my rice. I should say our rice. Of course, I don't do any of the harvesting here. That would be my wife's sister. Although we might do it because I'd like to try and do it to see the, you know, if I could really produce a quality kind of rice. But yeah, crazy, man. I didn't really know that I always thought that Thailand exported more rice than they consumed, but I guess that was probably foolish, because we always eat rice. We always eat rice. These cats, I don't know if the cats eat rice, but I do know that whenever I do a walk down here, like when I walk down the road, they have to follow, and this guy is always over here. They stay on the edge though. They're not real interested in going into the rice field. Just a little too, it's a little too much. You'll probably get lost. I got another set of bananas coming out. Where's my other bananas? This one's right here. Actually, I was walking by and I saw the bottom. Remember I said, when you don't look in a banana tree, you look down the bottom. You see that stuff, you know you got bananas. These ones, looks like they should be ready to cut off of there. I'll let my wife cut those off. She likes doing that. These ones, they still have a while. But, what do you think, cat? Don't go in there. Come on. You know, they like to jump in the corners of that rice, but I don't know about the you know, sixth sense of a cat, but he goes in that rice field. That's like a corn maze, man. He doesn't know where he's probably going to come out at. Crazy. But yeah, the sun is down now, but it still lights up, and the camera shows. I got my little lights on there. My bamboo pallets taking shape. So the idea is that there's a second floor. So I'm gonna post up things, 2 on the side here, 2 on the side there, to make like a same as you know, scaffolding, basically. A scaffolding floor. I'll put up 2 sides. I'll put a nice 4 nice strong posts, probably 6-inch or so, and then, you know, create that top deck, and then from the deck build a triangle. I just want to have like a second floor triangle where 2 people can sit up in there on a nice you know, pillow kind of mattress cushion or whatever, with a mosquito net or whatever, and be all cool in there, man. This is what I did for the, temporarily anyway. I got that pulling on constant tension on that far post, because the post I talked about earlier was listing, you know, very list that way. So I hooked it up to put constant tension on there, and I cracked the bottom cement down there to let water and rain get in there. And maybe because it'll be saturated, it'll slowly come out. So what I did today was I came out and you can feel the tension on that. It's pretty good. It felt a little bit loose today, and so I came in and I was able to crank that back 1 notch, which told me that, you know, maybe the post is able to move a little bit that way. So I don't know, we'll see. I hope that works. Oh, what I did do, I also, I don't know if I showed you guys this, but I showed you that in the other video that I bought those 2 more gallets, right? The Thai galet that goes on top of the house. And here I've stained it already. There's one of them. It's just hanging on a piece of metal right now. That's one, and the other one's over here. So I stained them that nice red stain that's gonna match the facade of the building. And this one, this roof, you see, this is a curved piece, and it screws right in, or bolts right in, you know, with screws to the that metal bar up there. And let me see if this works. Whoa. That's a light. And but looking at the construction of that, I think what I might do is take that off, take that whole lip off, and then it will be, and then I'll put a better, like a flat piece, because I wanna make it you know, I want to make it like with the pointed corners, and then the tie style that goes over, and then I'll put the glaze right in the middle. The same with this one, although I'm not going to take that off because that's actually built a lot stronger than the other one. And so I'll just put the facade right on the top with that glaze in there. But that'll come out pretty cool. I just need, you know, this kind of stuff I need to work kind of outside, you know, because I don't have a lot of area there. So I need to be outside here, and you know, I need some dry days, man. At least a couple days in a row where it's dry. I don't have to worry about my stuff getting wet when I'm working on it. I mean, the wood will dry because it's, you know, it's teak. The water don't matter, but you know, being able to use the power saw and cut and doing all those things, it's just better when it's not raining to use power tools, you know, as a rule. But yeah, man, it's all coming along. I hope that I can move forward. We're probably going to be, you know, the good thing is, I mean, I like to go out and about, but can't really be doing a whole lot of that. I got to be here for my wife too, because she's, you know, taking care of her mom while her mom's injured, and we're recovering. And now she's re-injured herself. I think she just broke her hip, so that's what old people do. Hopefully I won't break mine, but if I fall, it'll break, because that's what happens. You get older, you fall, man, that hip is the first thing breaks. That's why they're so good at being able to replace your hip. You know, they just cut that part of your bone off, put on a brand new hip, ball and socket joint, and you're good as new. But you know, like today I was gonna be out and about a little bit more, but then my wife called me, goes, "Hey man, can you grab that and that and that, and you know, bring it up to the hospital?" I'm like, yeah. So, which is cool, because I'll be able to, you know, if I'm forced to stay home, then I'll get creative and figure out maybe how to be able to do work. Maybe I can set up a tent, put up a blue tarp or something, rain tarp, and work underneath that. You know, that'll be cool. Anyway, enough rambling. It's going to be a good night, because it's going to be quiet. I'm going to be all alone. Oh, wait a minute, that's right. Oh, I forgot. I have Dot's other sisters coming over. So, there you go. Well, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that little chat. And whatever else I included in this video. Until next time, thanks for watching. Keep watching. Back at you. Just after I ended the video right here, I was getting ready to, you know, hey man, and my cats, hey, come and get your food, you know, we'll feed the cats stuff. And they wouldn't come over. They were like over there by the light, you know, over there by my new street light over there. What are you doing? What are you doing? What do you got? I went over there, and well, they got this guy. Let me see if I can get the macro on him. Yeah, buddy. He's still, hey, get over there. He's still alive. Let me get his face. Yeah, he's still alive. This is harmless snake. Pretty though. Homolopsis mercoxi or something like that. It's actually another fun fact here about snakes in Thailand. This one anyway. It's more commonly called Jack's water snake because this is the guy Jack Coxey, I think is his last name, was his last name or is. Spent many years studying snakes in Thailand, oddly enough, and he discovered this one and they named it after him. What a trip. Although the cats have bitten him a few times, they were playing with him, taunting him as they do until they kill it. But I intercepted it, so hopefully I'll see if I can let him go. I'm gonna try and, oh. Wait a minute. I have to try and hold my camera. Yeah. Let's see if he can get away. Are you okay, buddy? He was sticking his tongue out at me a minute ago. My macro can get him. Macro, there you go. Oh. All right, buddy. I'm gonna put you on the ground. Let's see if you can get going. No, he ain't going nowhere. I don't know if the cat's, pierced his neck or anything. He might just not be moving because, it's a defense mechanism. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna leave him there, and hopefully he can find something else. Maybe he can survive. Hey, you two, troublemakers, come on over here. Hey, I never remember their names. Hong, dang. Come here, come on. It's the bewitching hour, man. They're gonna be looking for everything, anything. Let me bite it, let me kill it. I'm a predator. But hey man, I made them food, come on. I hope they, I want them to eat the food before the ants eat it. I don't want to leave it out. Alright then, I'll probably have to get baggy and bag it. Anyway, another snake encounter here. Actually, I had another one. Did I show that in this video? I don't know. If I haven't put it in this video, maybe I'll attach it here. So, with that, good night from the Bon Dog. Back at you. Well, they got away, man. I released it. It got in the water. Probably took off down the water. Anyway, but this is snake country. So maybe next time.